Welcome or welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Katisha Marie, and today we're going to be doing a last minute Valentine's Day look with a lot of affordable options. Some of these are going to be some higher ended options as well. For those of you that are new, I do upload every Tuesday and Friday, 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time, beauty and lifestyle type of videos. If this is some content that you would like to continue receiving, I do ask that you would click the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. One thing that you always want to do whenever applying makeup is going to be doing a primer. So I am going to go ahead and use this e.l.f. primer. This is a putty primer trio that I actually got during the holiday season. These are available in larger bins, I guess I would call them. I just got like the sample size so that I could kind of give a try out to each one of these. Now they do have three separate ones. They have one that is poreless, they have one that is matte, and then they have one that is luminous. So depending on your skin type, you can select the one that would be appropriate for you. So I'm going to go ahead and use the matte one, and I'm just going to apply that mostly where I get the most oily. I have already washed and moisturized my face, and of course put on SPF. And then I'm also going to put on just a little bit of the poreless. I do have visible pores, so I'm going to put a little bit of that as well. Just kind of right on top of it. Not a lot. For eyes, I have been using the Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. This is going to be in the shade Chestnut. It does have a dope foot applicator. You can get these at Sephora, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my eyelids and blend that out, and I've been using that as a base. I'm going to set that with a little bit of the LA Girl Pro Powder. You can get this at Ulta, I believe also like Walgreens should have some, and CVS. Dusting a little bit of that over the lid just to get that primer or that concealer to set. As a Valentine's Day look, kind of want to go in with like either reds or pinks or berries. I am actually going to take a blush palette, and this is the e.l.f. Dark Blush Palette for dark skin tones. This was, I believe, $6, and I'm actually just going to go in with this color here. We're going to do kind of a smoky eye. If you don't have this palette, there's also this one, which is an Ace Beauté palette that you may have, and if you have like a berry color, I believe also that Wet n Wild has a palette that's readily available, and I will try and find a picture to link here as well as down below in the description bar. But any type of like berry tone for us deeper skin tone people of color would be a great one. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this berry, and I'm going to take a packer brush and we're going to dip right into that. I'm going to pack that on. This one's not quite big enough. That one's a little bit better. And this one is by, it doesn't actually have a name on it, so I'm not quite sure. Probably got it in a BoxyCharm. I'm going to pack that on. I would say take that all the way up to your crease. Now for me, my crease is more so here because I have hooded eyes, but I'm going to take it up to my orbital bone crease. So as I look forward, you can see the eyeshadow And so we're going to blend out the edges. We're going to take more of a skin tone type of shade. And so I'm going to take, there's this yellow, this is the Nudes of New York Maybelline palette. I am going to take this Creator shade, which could be like a brow bone highlight type of shade. And I'm going to use that to blend out the edges of the eyeshadow. So then you have a berry type smoky eye. And then we're going to go ahead and just repeat everything on the other side. And then just to make sure that everything is blended seamlessly, I'm going to go in with an even fluffier brush and just kind of take it just around the edges, right where those two meet. No product on it, just making sure that it's blended really, really nice. There we go. Then I'm going to go in with brows. This is going to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is going to be in the shade Ebony. Alright, so we've got the eyebrows all done. I could pluck them. I do have a few stray hairs, but I'm not going to worry about that today. If you do ever have to pluck your eyebrows, I strongly suggest filling them in first and then going and plucking any of the stray hairs. That way you can avoid over plucking and you will know exactly what shape you're going for when you do pluck your brows since they're already filled in. To set them, I'm going to use the Wow Brow by e.l.f. This is in the shade Deep Brown. This is very much so a kind of suck them into place, not going to move type of brow gel at an affordable option. I believe this was $4 or so. So there's the eyes. We do have a little bit of a fallout underneath, so I'm going to go ahead and clean that up, and then we'll get into the foundation. So I have a couple of foundations that I would recommend. The first one's going to be the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation. This one's a backup, so it's not open yet. I have quite a few foundations open that I want to get through before I open this one. This one is my first recommendation. However, it's not always readily available in some of the deeper tones. They have, I believe, 56 shades, but not all of them are in stock, either due to the room or, you know, maybe they're not selling very well at that specific location, things like that. If you can get this in your shade, strongly recommend getting it. It is going to be a very good one for all the hugging and kissing that you may be doing later in the night. Doesn't transfer a lot. No makeup is completely transfer proof, but this one is one that I would recommend to stay in place a lot better than quite a few that I have tried. If you are not able to get that one, I would recommend this drugstore option. This is going to be the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. This one is a really good one for like an everyday type of thing. I do recommend this one. They have a good shade range as well. It's not as good as the Double Wear, but it is going to be, in regards to the shade range, I believe it's like 30, maybe 35 shades. This one you can find at your local drugstore. So if that Estee Lauder one, again, is not available, this one should be. And you should be able to find a shade that would work out for you. This is going to be more of a medium natural skin finish. So if you have dry, normal skin, you may not need to set this. If you have oily combo skin, we will be setting this because I have oily skin. We'll be setting this today. So I'm going to take a brush. This is going to be the e.l.f. foundation brush, Ultimate Blending, and just put a pump on here. If you want a lighter coverage, you don't have a lot to cover up, you can always use a sponge. If you need any recommendations, I would say to use a Real Techniques sponge. Those ones are pretty easy to come by, or the Eco Tools sponge. That one is also a really good option. There's that. A good medium coverage. Doesn't hide all the blemishes, but it does even out my skin tone. Then to conceal, I'm going to go back in with the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. And taking the concealer brush, which is the Morphe M173, and pressing that in. And this is what the Eco Tools sponge looks like. Mine is a little dirty, but I'm gonna go ahead and just take that and dab that in around my mouth and on the edges of the concealer, just so it blends in really well with my skin. Also, we're going to highlight just a little bit. I'm going to be using the Age Rewind by Maybelline. This is in the shade Caramel. It has a twist up top and a sponge on it. This is going to give you pretty light coverage. I'm going to take the sponge again and just blend that out. To set the highlighter points, I'm going to go back in with that LA Girl and that sponge. And then for the rest of my face, just to create a little bit more of a flawless look, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Fit Me. This is going to be in the shade 334 in Warm Sun. And I'm going to take just a fluffy brush here and just patting that on. And then to set my face, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Microfine Stay All Night Setting Mist. And I'm going to spray it on the brush, as the sprayer on this can be sometimes it comes out really nice, sometimes it comes out pretty strong. When it works right, it does come out as a microfine mist, but sometimes it does get clogged and you can get like those little dots on your face. And so to avoid that, I just spray it onto the brush and then I press it in. It also helps to have there be less drying time, and then again, you don't end up with like any of those drops on your face. So I would strongly recommend just using a fluffy brush and pressing it into your skin. For bronzer, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty bronzer. This is going to be in the shade Cocoa Naughty. I'm going to take a brush. This one's more of a dense brush, more so made for contour, but I'm just going to put this right where I want it and kind of stamp it in. And then to blend it out, I'm going to use a little bit of a fluffier brush just to kind of blend out the edges. Then going in with a blush, I'm going to take a little bit of the matching eyeshadow, but I'm also going to mix it in with this light one. With this, you do not need a lot. A couple of dabs should do ya. And make sure to hit it just so you get off any excess. So for highlighter, I'm going to take kind of this bronzy eyeshadow shade on a tapered brush. This is by Luxie. Any tapered brush would do. And with a really light hand, I'm going to use it as a highlighter. I don't want anything like too blinding. Going back in. And taking a packing brush. I'm going to use it as an inner corner highlight. And then also going to put a little bit right on my Cupid's bow. And then whatever's left, kind of take it on my nose and down the center of my face. And then going back in with the fluffy brush, or the tapered brush I should say. I'm going to put a little bit above the brow. And just make sure that I got what I want over here and over here. So nothing too crazy, but noticeable. For eyeliner, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Master Precise. This is in the shade Black. If you want something more dramatic, you can go in with a wing, but we're going to keep it pretty simple. This is just like a last minute type of thing. For mascara, going to prime them with the L'Oreal Voluminous primer, and then going in with the Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes tubing mascara. Again, just a last minute video. We don't have time to be fooling with no lashes. So I would recommend that combination. As you can see, they look wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and wear those, or wear my natural lashes out, you know, with a little bit of assistance. And then for your lips, I would recommend going in with some type of brown or nude lip liner. So for me, those would mostly be browns. I've got this Thrive Cosmetics. This is a lighter brown shade. And then I've got 3 from NYX. One is going to be in the shade Club Hopper, one in Downtown Abbey, and one in the shade Brown. So either of those would work as well. I'm going to go ahead and just go in with brown. So for lipsticks, we have a couple of options. The first one would be a Tarte's lip paint. This is going to be in a berry shade. This is going to match the eyes. If you're wanting to do something a little bit more nude, there's going to be this Touchable Taupe by Maybelline. This is a cream lipstick, so this one won't stay on during eating or drinking. Just keep that in mind. And then also we've got a couple of things from NYX. If you are more of a gloss kind of person, you can use a butter gloss. This one is going to just be in the shade Creme Brulee, which is going to be more of a pinky kind of tone. And then also there is this soft matte lip cream in the shade Stockholm. This is going to be kind of like a mauve pink, which would also kind of create that deeper brown shade. I'm going to go in, you know what, let's go in with all of them. Let's go ahead and just do all of them so we can show you exactly what they would look like. So I'm going to go in with this butter gloss first. This is going to be, again, in that NYX Creme Brulee. And I'm going to put that like right in the middle more so. And that's what that would look like. Alright, liner has been reapplied. Going in with the soft matte lip cream in Stockholm. That's what that one would look like, more so in the middle of the lip than anywhere else. Cream lipstick, Touchable Taupe. And then finally, the Tarte lip paint. This is going to be in the shade Killing It. And that's what that one looks like. So if you're wanting a more colorful option, you can go for a colored lip paint. Otherwise, you can go for like a nude, which again, this is that Maybelline one. I'm going to go ahead and do my hair. I'm not going to put on anything different, but I am going to do my hair. For outfit recommendations, you can go out, you know, and buy a new outfit, but if you have something that you wore like on New Year's that was like sparkly or in pink or red or mauve, matches your eyes, matches your lip color, anything like that, you can always wear that, recycle that. Some of us may not be able to afford to buy new things, so feel free to recycle anything that you have in your closet, or maybe you and some friends can even swap or borrow an outfit or jewelry. So just a couple of ideas there. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my hair, and then I will be back with the final look. All right, so I've got the hair all finished, looking good. Loving how it turned out. Face is all done. So yeah, this is a really good last minute type of deal. Feel free to wear a unit, aka a wig, if that's something that you do on a daily basis. I had mentioned earlier that if you don't have anything to wear, that you can use, you know, your New Year's or holiday outfits. These are a couple that I had recently posted in some videos. The leopard print dress, as well as a really sparkly dress for like New Year's. I will link that video down below in case you missed it. So we are looking good. I'm loving how everything turned out, and that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, comment, and share it with a friend. My goal this year is to hit 1,000 subscribers, so please help me do that by sharing this video or any other video that you really enjoyed with a friend or family member. I will see you guys next time. I love you. Bye-bye.